Hey LJ, Mr. Hassett here from the library. One of the books I want to share with you for summer reading, I hope you'll think about reading, actually came out a year ago, and I usually try to pick books that are pretty much new for this year, but I'll explain why I thought of this one in just a second. It's called 5 Feet Apart, and it's by Rachel Lippincott with Mickey Daughtry and Tobias Yakonis. You may remember it because it was made into a movie a little over a year ago, and the movie did pretty well. It's about a girl named Stella who's a high school senior, a little bit older than you are, but she has cystic fibrosis, which is a genetic condition that affects the lungs and can actually cause death if it's not treated. It requires a lot of treatment. Stella is supposed to be going on her senior trip with her class, but instead she's in the hospital with her lung condition. And while she's in there, she meets a boy named Will. He also has cystic fibrosis, and they're working together in a clinical trial. They're testing a new treatment and to see if it's something that's going to be effective. Will is a bit of a rebel as well. He doesn't really follow his treatment plan very well. And in addition to having cystic fibrosis, he also has a bacterial infection in his lungs. And so as a result, they're not able to get more than closer than 6 feet apart. And along the way, they get to know each other pretty well, and they start to fall for each other. They start to fall in love. And the trouble is that they can't get close to one another. And I thought of this book because of the current condition where we're all stuck at home with the COVID pandemic. And it just kind of brings up the feeling of not being able to get close to the people we care about. And I know that a lot of us are dealing with that right now. It's can be helpful, I think, comforting to read about and encounter other people who have similar challenges to the ones we do. So it's a beautiful story, and I won't spoil the ending for you, but even if you've already seen the movie, I would consider reading the book. It was actually developed as a screenplay before it was a novel, and so it does a really nice job of kind of showing the story from the different perspectives of the characters. So that's 5 Feet Apart. And Rachel Lippincott is the lead author. And you can find this book. We have it in our library. Of course, I won't be able to loan it to you during the summer, but we do have this book available as an ebook. So if you visit the LJ library website, you will be able to read it online as long as you have access to online resources.